What do you think? Good. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning, December 3rd, 2019, and a couple more days to my birthday. Yesterday, I should say, I spent all day working on this network thing. So I got the WAP, the access point, up and running, no problem, at work and all that. But I discovered that when I connected to the WAP on the VLANs that I created, I had no internet access. And I had the same VLANs on the, the physical ports on both switches. And, so if you plug into certain ports, you're on those certain VLANs. I didn't even think that there would be an issue with the switch ports too, because I was physically connected to the switch, but I was on the management VLAN. The management VLAN is basically kind of like more native to the router and all of that when I set it all up. So I'm like, let me test this to make sure. So I plugged into like the user VLAN, physically connected to the user VLAN. Still nothing. I could ping 8.8.8.8, but no internet connection. Like no websites would come up. I'm like, this is weird. I thought maybe it was like a NAT problem, network address translation setting, because like it was routing and masquerading the management subnet, which isn't really a VLAN, it's just the native subnet, I guess. But I couldn't figure it out. I spent probably 2-3 hours trying different things and thinking about it. Then I'm like, dude, I can ping 8.8.8.8, which means I can get to the internet. And I'm getting, an IP address from the DHC pools from the router, so I can get to the router. I can ping anything on my network, so I could ping from switch to switch, from WAP to WAP, all of that stuff, from device connected on a WAP through to the other WAP. And I'm just like, okay, something's just not right. So I started thinking about it. I'm like, I think it's a DNS problem. And I'm like, where do I set the DNS on my router? So I kept thinking about it and more. And then I found there's it's actually, I believe it's under the DHCP area of the configuration panel for the router. But I figured out that there's separate DNS for each of the VLANs, and it was never configured. I never configured it. So when I went in there, both DNS entries or servers were blank. I'm like, oh my god. So I typed in 8.8.8.8, and then I think I did 4.2.2.2 or something as a backup, and boom, internet came up. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Awesome. So now all the VLANs can route out and stuff. So kind of cool, kind of exciting. I don't know. I thought it was. So I'm going to probably start moving machines over to it, because I was like, dude, I'm not going to move my machines over to this new special network if if there's no internet. Like shit. Like, what the hell? Like, some of them could probably use just a internal address or whatnot, but yeah, so I was like, damn. So it's kind of, rewarding to figure stuff out like that on my own. I don't know, I thought it was cool. I was able to score some BattleBots episodes. They're from 2015, which I think I got season 1 and 2. I think there were 3 seasons on ABC, and prior to that there was episodes on like Comedy Central and stuff, but I can't find any of that stuff. It's kind of weird, the older ones. So we watched, I don't know, maybe 2 episodes yesterday, maybe 3, and it was awesome. Like, wow. And so there's a little video footage of Grant and I playing with the toy BattleBots yesterday or last night, and the 2 ones that we have that you can control. One's name is Witch Doctor and the other one's name is Tombstone. And both of those were on the newer version of the show that we were watching. Tombstone is a monster in like the show. Like, holy cow, dude. We were watching that, and the blade on this thing, it's like bigger than like the thickness of a 2x4. Right? It's just insane. The guy, it was spinning so hard and heavy that when he hit the other robot, he just ripped off a massive chunk and piece of it. It was insane. Insane. I don't even know. So, but there was some cool ones. So this series or season, I don't know if there's like a total weight limit, but some of them have micro bots or mini bots. So there's like the main character bot, and then like one or two smaller robots that help out and assist and stuff. So that was kind of interesting. I never had seen that before. I'm wondering also if in this season there's drones and stuff. I don't know. That might have been the very last season that they had the fire-breathing drones and all that stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so we are headed. I'm headed into work today. Last night I was up till probably a little bit past midnight editing. We haven't touched that wedding. That was on October 13th, and it's been almost 2 months. So I'm gonna try to hit that hard this week during my free time when I can, whatever. So yeah, so I made it probably maybe about halfway through first pass. Our process is go through first pass, pick all the good ones, and then go back and edit just those keepers or those ones we like the best. You know, when we first started, we would edit every single image and then pick them. So it's kind of backwards, but we had a lot of time, a lot of energy back then. Now we have neither. So with the work network stuff, I'm going to start moving over my machines, make sure that they're on the network or, you know, on the internet, all that sort of stuff. And then once those are up and running, I'm going to probably start building on all my servers. So first I need to start with my ESX host. And I don't know, I might actually end up spending some money on that. We'll see. So I need to beef it up with memory. So computer memory, you know. So I need to figure all that out. So it's, I don't know, I think there's maybe 8 slots or something like that. So I need to figure out what I need. Because the more memory, then the more you can do in terms of hosting and stuff like that. Probably need to beef it up with like a 4-port NIC. I think I have 2 fiber and 2 copper. So the 2 copper are gig, and the 2 fiber do 10 gig. So I could probably add another fiber card if I wanted to. But now that I think about it, once I get away from my 10 gig switch, I won't have an ability to plug into fiber. Well, scratch that idea. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get a quad port NIC or something like that. Look at this kid's old bomber, kind of cool. So I gotta kind of figure out build specs for that, and then I can start building out the server infrastructure. So I want a domain controller, I want running like Active Directory, I want a DNS server, a web server, file server, and a firewall. So that's 5 right there. So I'm gonna need some connections here, or some ports. Nice. Stay tuned for more. Just like that, I'm getting out of work for the day. Booyah! I didn't really do much like personal fun stuff at work today. I did go into my bank account. I had deposited last week a check that I received for the dividend payouts or whatever for my work stock. So I did get a check last week for that, and typically that would cover or pay for Christmas, but I had allocated money ahead of time for Christmas and all that. So what I was able to do was take that money and put it straight into the truck fund. So the truck savings account is well underway. I figured I got at least 2 years, maybe 3, to save up for my very own Cybertruck. We'll see how that goes. I have a separate account, separate fund, everything for that, and just for that. And it's going to give me something to work towards in terms of saving up and all that. So, but what I did do was I was thinking about upgrading my servers. You guys have seen them before in the past, but I have 2 machines, one at home and one at work. And I was thinking about upgrading them with more memory because I want to run this ESX VMware ESX server or software on it. So basically it's a virtual server host, virtual server host. So I was able to find some memory that was just sitting unused in an old server. This old server was an old HP, but it was pretty badass in its day, man. This machine, I can't remember the model number. It's like an HP 98 something or other, but it has a quad proc in it, and it was running I think 100 and no, it was more than that. It was running something like 256 gigs of RAM or something like that, something ridiculous. And I took some photos of it and stuff, but the way this machine is designed and built and stuff is insane. So I've been kind of cannibalizing this machine for the last month or more. That's the same machine that I actually got those dual 10 gig fiber PCI cards out of. That I put one in each of my, did I get 3 of them out of there? I don't know. I put one in each of my servers, and then I put one in my 10 gig switch, fiber switch, 1 or 2 of them. I think I got 4 of them out of that thing. And then I think I even got a quad port NIC out of it. So this machine was very underutilized, I'm guessing, for the specs and all that, the hardware specs. But badass machine, dude. I'm excited to have all these extra stuff. So I went from 40. So my virtual server hosts have 12 slots for DIMMs, and I had 4 gig DIMMs in it. So I had 12 times 4, I believe that's 48 gigabytes of RAM on these hosts. So I upgraded it with 16 gigabyte DIMMs. So I now have I went from 48 to 192 gigs of RAM. So from my understanding, when I'm running virtual servers on this host, I can slice off pieces of the resources and allocate or dedicate them to those specific machines or hosts, or servers I should say. So I'm planning on it running at least 4 machines on this virtual server host, so maybe upwards of 5 or 6. So I know for sure I want to do a domain controller, I want to do a pfSense firewall machine, I want to do Linux distribution running bind, and that will be for my DNS server or name server. And then I wanted to do another machine that's gonna basically replace how I'm using this hardware now. So right now I just have a Windows 7 image on it, really basic, that I can download files on and stuff like that. So it's nothing really special, and it's also running Plex. So that'll be like the 4th. So I'll have a pfSense firewall, domain controller running probably Windows Server 2008 or something, whatever I got. DNS server on DNS name server on Linux, and then probably a Windows 7 or Windows 10 distro that's just like I said, is running torrents, Plex, and probably other stuff like Sonar, Jacket, Radar, I don't know, whatever else I can think of. So I'm not too concerned with running Plex and all that at work. I literally just have I have Plex set up so it won't connect to the internet, because like I don't want to stream it through the internet. The connection is not that good, and I don't have the ability to open ports and stuff through the firewalls and all that. So basically, Plex doesn't work when I try to do it through or at my work. So what I do is I just stream it locally, and that allows me to like watch a piece or a part of a movie over like a lunch break or something. I don't really have a lot of free time lately because of all of the projects and all that sort of stuff that's been going on lately. It's just been insane, crazy busy. So I'm trying to think what else is happening, but yeah, so that's kind of the plan. I'm slowly getting there. I think I'm finally to the point where I could probably move all my hardware over to my private network. I had another private network. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what I need to do for this virtual host. Like, do I need to have it all built out before I do anything? Or, like, can I upgrade it as I go? And then it will allow me to, you know, I don't know. I don't know how that works. So, like, for instance, like right now I don't have a quad port NIC in my host that I just added the memory to. So I think it has 2 onboard NICs and then 2 fiber 10 gig Ethernet ports, but with my new network I don't have 10 gig ability or anything like that. So I'll probably still leave that card in there, but I can't use those ports. So right now I only have 2 ports. I want to run, you know, upwards of 4 or more servers, and I would like to work on, you know, setting it up in terms of hardware settings to have dedicated stuff. So dedicated memory, dedicated physical ports, all that stuff. So I want to kind of learn that, because at home, when I've been playing with it, everything's just virtual. So I have one connection plugged into my virtual host, and I'm running, you know, multiple servers on it, but they're all going out or using that one physical connection. So that's a major bottleneck. So I need to kind of figure out, you know, how to mitigate that or something. I don't know. We'll see. So, how's everyone doing today? Everything good? Good. These weeks are clicking by, man. Everything's bebopping along. I might have mentioned it this morning, but if you get a chance, go back and check out Sunday's video. Sunday we did an escape room, and I was actually filming and recording some video clips, which I guess was not allowed, but the guy running it or whatever that prepped us, the moderator or whatever, he didn't say we couldn't use our phones. He said, oh yeah, you can use them, you just can't look up answers or something like that. So okay. So that was really cool. That was a really good time. The escape room. It was a bank robber themed escape room, and we were the robbers. We just had to figure out how to get the money. So that's it. I'm headed home. I gotta make some phone calls and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for more. That one looks good.
You got now my pieces. I go.
Did you lose one? I didn't even see it. Uh-oh. Oh, you see that? Gotcha.
Why'd your weapon turn on? You didn't even notice.
Saving battery. I couldn't move. Oh, I sneaked around you a little bit there. You got yourself. You got yourself. Booyah. Oh, you loosened it. Thank you.
No, I like that.
Cool. Oh, it looks loose. About to fall off. Yeah. Alright, good game, good game, good game.